And welcome back to the channel, everybody. Here, Lucas Johnson, back with another episode of this MLB The Show 22 Custom League. And we are here in Season 2, and we have the MLB All-Star Game here for you in this episode as we get a look at the starting of pitching here in this All-Star Game and the lineups as well for this one. And the headline ace of this All-Star Game this year is Jose Urquidy, who I don't remember if he was in the All-Star Game last year, but he has a 1.77 ERA leading the league in that category. He has been unbelievable this season. Noah Syndergaard is having an incredible year, career season really right now for him. At the moment, Max Scherzer at 38 years old still got it and is still pitching at an elite level there at the 2.53 ERA. And only 35 runs allowed so far this season. Patrick Corbin, a surprising player here. I mean, really hasn't had a great season since 2019, but this year he's been really good. 15 runs, or 37 runs, I think it said there, is all that he's allowed this season. So he's been pitching really well. Jacob deGrom, of course, is in this game, and that's not really a surprise. He's been in the All-Star game, plenty of times in his career. Was definitely there at the All-Star Game last season. So he is also here, and he's given up 39 runs so far this season. James Karinchak has been a surprising kind of relief pitcher here, breaking out there for the Spiders this season. He's been awesome. Drew Pomeranz has been really good. 1.91 ERA, 7 runs allowed so far across 33 innings. Has gotten 27 saves so far in his 30 opportunities, nearly 40 strikeouts on the year. Clay Holmes, been part of the resurgence here for Richmond, has been a key piece to that part of their team and just the success that we've seen them have this year. He's in this game as well. Kenley Jansen for the Charlotte Pilots. He might be their only, he's definitely their only pitching guy in this game, might be one of their only players in this All-Star game. He's 29-1 in save opportunities this year. And Edwin Diaz has 100 hit per night, apparently. Never actually seen that, but yeah, he is awesome, and he was, reliever of the year last year. He's shooting for that award yet again. This season, he's only allowed 6 runs so far across 32 innings. This season, Emmanuel Clase, this is truly the start of his breakout season. He was good last year for sure, but this year he's been incredible. 35 innings, only has allowed 11 runs across this season. Jordan Yamamoto, 29-1 in save opportunities, was fantastic. Well, he's been fantastic for really the last few years of his career. And he's been amazing this year. And then Trey Turner making it for the Columbus Cardinals. Brian Reynolds as well getting in this game. He has been awesome this year. Fernando Tatis Jr., 269 average at the 87 RBIs is ridiculous. Matt Olson is the DH here for this All-Star game with his 20 home runs and 56 RBIs. Anthony Rendon making it as well at 32 years old. Trey Mancini with that 344 batting average, which is the leads the league in the batting average there. And Omar Narvaez as well makes this All-Star game here. Some excuses for him so far this season. Mark Canha as well in left. Dylan Carlson making his first All-Star game appearance of this franchise. Was not in this game last year. He's in right. Hoy Polanco backing up there as we look at the bench and what this looks like. Got Austin Nola, Luis Torrens. Adam Frazier makes it as well for the Charlotte Pilots. Brian Hayes, don't really know why he made it. He is batting 207 this season so far, but Vladdy makes it, and Max Muncy as well, but neither one of those guys starting. Acuna makes it as well. Cedric Mullins with his good season so far, although he's on a cold streak at the moment. But Giancarlo with 24 home runs, the home run derby champion there in the outfield as a backup, and then Teoscar Hernandez +8 to Conda versus lefties, already seeing some good increases for him. He rounds out the batting order. And on the other side, starting for the American League, making his first All-Star game in this franchise and his first career All-Star game, I would assume, is Jared Eichhoff, who has only allowed 30 runs across 128 innings in 19 starts. He's 15-1 this year. He is absolutely on fire. One of the best pitchers in baseball at the moment. And then Zach Greinke at 39 years old, the sub-1 whip and a 2.09 ERA with 30 runs allowed so far across his 19 starts. He is rewinding the clock on Father Time, putting up some of his best numbers of his career. Benny Roderuff made it to this game last year, I would assume, and yep, he's there. 2.05 ERA for him is really awesome. Sandy Alcantara making it here. I believe he probably has made it in the past in his career, but he was not at the All-Star game last season. So good for him to make his return to the All-Star game here. He had an unbelievable start to the year, and he's still pitching really well. Zach Plesac as well. I believe Zach Plesac probably made, I don't know if he made it last year. I feel like he did. I feel like his first half last season was really good, but he has given up 35 runs this season. He's been awesome there. Ryan Presley signed by Houston, and he is having a great season there in Houston. Only has allowed 6 runs. Jose Alvarez making his first All-Star game this season. Already more innings pitched than last year and has only allowed 3 runs this season. That is crazy. Corey Knebel makes it as well. Taylor Rogers, Josh Hader, I don't believe was in this game last year. Giovanni Gallegos and David Bednar, both of those guys made it to this game last season. Miles Straw leading off here in center field, and I think was in this game last year. Last year was kind of, a breakout season for him, and he has continued that this season. Xander Bogaerts batting over 300. He definitely made it last year. Had a big, important hit in that All-Star game last season. Freddie Freeman, Yasmani Grandal, those guys have been in that, have made it last year. Rafael Devers, I believe he was also in it last season. Austin Meadows, though, 291 average. He's been awesome this season. He is in this All-Star game here. Then Kyle Tucker as well, rounding out the outfield. Jose Ramirez and Alex Bregman. I believe Ramirez was in this game. I don't know if Bregman was. Trevor Story making it here to the All-Star game this season. Salvador Perez and Sean Murphy as well. Ty France in the first base position. That's cool to see him in this game. Nicky Lopez, O'Neill Cruz, those 2 guys probably don't deserve to be in the All-Star game, in my opinion there. But you got Machado, Aaron Judge, who's not even a starter, which is crazy. And then his fellow New York teammate in Christian Yelich, Nick Solak as well. Some good increases there, +3 and +5 to his power and contact ratings. He's in left. Joey Gallo as well. Not a starter, but rounding out the bottom, rounding out the outfield and rounding out the backups there. So that's a look at the lineups and the pitching here for this game. Some of the players in this one, and we are in Seattle for this version of the All-Star game here this year. And there is a look at your All-Star starters there by position. As you see, DH and everything there. You can get a screenshot of what that lineup for the starters there at the All-Star break look like. And Trey Turner is getting ready to go out there and start this game off. Austin Meadows walking out into the outfield. And last year's All-Star game was a really great game. Decided late in that game. And believe that the American League won the All-Star game last season. I mean, they have been very successful in this game in recent history in real life. As Trey Turner starting this game off here in the top of the first inning against Eichhoff. And 5 pitches in here. That 2-2 pitch is into the outfield, and it is ran down and caught by Kyle Tucker there in right. So 1 down. Here's Brian Reynolds and over 1 OPS there, 1.08 OPS this season. And he's been a big part of, the push for the Rattlers to get in the playoffs and in that division race. His second half is going to be critical. That slider, not a great location by Eichhoff there, but no damage done as it just flowing out to the outfield there and flowing out to right, where Austin Meadows takes it in. So first 2 outs here, easy enough for Jared Eichhoff, and now he faces Fernando Tatis. So that 269 average, the 950 OPS this season, leading the league in not in home runs, but leading the league in RBIs by a wide margin, as he's going to get a base hit here through the left side and into the outfield. So there's a base runner now for Matt Olson, who takes that fastball. Good location there by Eichhoff there right on the corner. Matt Olson, 832 OPS this season so far. And now And 0-1, as there's a go that Sir Tatis is going to second base, and he is going to get there pretty easily, in fact, with a stolen bag. So good, stolen base here. A pretty decent jump by Tatis, but he made up the distance there and stole that bag pretty easy. So now he's in scoring position. 1-2 pitch now to Olsen. It's a fly ball into right field. Tucker is looking up, and that ball's off the wall. And in to score comes Tatis. Matt Olsen into second base with a double. The National League gets the scoring started here in the first inning, and as they take a 1-0 lead. And that ball hit off that tall wall in right. If he hit it to the other side of the field, that would have been out of here, but either way, it's a big-time double, and the NL scores first here. So that slider misses outside to Anthony Rendon. And that OPS, below 100, so kind of interested, surprised that he's kind of a starter. Maybe there just wasn't any other. I feel like there probably was a third baseman there that might have had better stats than him, but he gets the nod here to start, and he swings and misses at that pitch there. Now the count at 2-2, and that's a good fastball to Rendon there on the corner and at the knees for the strike. So Matt Olsen, big time swing, couple hits in that first inning and a run immediately for the National League. So here's Urquidy out on the mound. Snapshot of those stats there. Miles Straw leads off this bowl game with an 859 OPS this season, over a 300 batting average. He's going to ground it over to third base. It's stopped by the third baseman, but they are not going to get the out, as Miles Straw ends up beating out that play and getting the first safely. So man on here for Xander Bogaerts as that pitch misses barely below the zone. And Xander had a home run in last year's All-Star game. Remember, a late home run in that one. And now he's on here, and the 3-2 pitch is driven into the gap here, and it's going to go bouncing off the wall. Straw will stop at third base as Xander Bogaerts coming through with a base hit and a couple of singles immediately off of Urquidy here in this first inning. As that pitch misses inside to Freddie Freeman. 975 OPS for him so far, 73 RBIs already this season. As 2-0 to him. And it's a line drive, and that one is going to get on through and into left field. So scoring is Miles Straw, and tying up the game is Freddie Freeman. 1-1 here in the first inning. And 3 hits here, 3 singles have opened up this game for the American League. Urquidy's still searching for the first out of the night tonight, as he's got to face Yasmani Grandal. Definitely, this season, not nearly what he did last year, not on pace for over 50 home runs, but he has been having a lot better stretch here recently, and he's now going to drive this one down the line and left. That one's going to go off the wall. Another run will score, and Yasmani Grandal puts the AL back on top here in the first inning. It's 2-1. Wow, I mean, that's a slider high in the zone. Definitely a miss in location by Urquidy there. And 4 hits open this game. And now Rafael Devers is up. There's a ground ball. What a stop by Trey Turner at second base. Wow, they turn the double play. And a run will score, though, on that double play there. But a crazy play by Trey Turner to prevent that ball from going into the outfield and preventing another hit. And just one more look at this dive by Trey Turner here at second base, laying all out there on the field to stop that ball from going into the outfield. And, Jose Urquidy appreciates that. So how about 3 runs in the first inning here? And yeah, so not a great appearance by Urquidy here early in this game. I mean, that's the only inning he's going to pitch in this one. Not an amazing all-star appearance there. He gave up 3 runs in that inning. And how about the fast start for these offenses here immediately in this game? Here's Mancini, first all-star appearance. I don't think it's his first of his career, but was not in the all-star game last season. And we go from one Mexico City Diablo to the next here in his teammate, Eichhoff's teammate, in their rotation in Brandon Woodruff. And the other guy that's competing in this Cy Young race is going to be interesting in the second half of the season because those are the two guys that are going to be right there in the running for it. And here to begin this inning, how about a double for Mancini? As he gets an extra base knock, and he's immediately in scoring position. So, yeah, the starting pitching right now is not really doing its job. Most of the time, these All-Star games are pretty low scoring and not a ton of offense here because the pitching is usually outpacing the offense. But, man, so far, a lot of hits early on, a lot of solid contact from these hitters. As that's a foul ball for Omar Narvaez. 1-2 pitch now to him, and that's a two-seamer. Fastball there, 98 miles an hour, and that is gas. And he just throws it right past Narvaez here. One more look at this. Yeah, Narvaez lead on that pitch there, and that's the first out of this inning here. So one down for Mark Hanna, 0-1 to him. That's a swing and a miss, swinging through that fastball there. Also at 98. I mean, Brandon Woodruff throws heat. As now 0-2 pitch to Canna. That's a ground ball. Back up the middle. No diving attempt from Bogaerts, and it's going to get into the outfield. And scoring from second base is Mancini as the National League scores again. And it's back to a one-run game. Mark Canna for the Arrows here gets a base hit back up the middle. 3-2 the score, as yeah, you get to see that not a close play there at the plates, as man, it's good situational hitting. Now we're back already up to the top of the batting order here, as Trey Turner already getting his second at bat of this game. So the count here to him, 1-2 with 2 out and 2 down in the frame, and it's a ground ball down the line, and it's fair down the line. That one just over the bag at third base. Apparently it didn't look like that was fair upon initial viewing, but now, I mean, we're going to have to make a change here on the mound. Brandon Woodruff really struggling in his All-Star appearance, and now we go to Zach Plesac from Boston. Can he get an out here? 2-2 pitch. It's back up the middle, and that one is going to get through again. As around third, and scoring is the runner. That's Mark Hanna coming in to score. And Brian Reynolds ties the game here at 3. I mean, not a bad pitch by Plesac there, a slider at the bottom of the zone, but Brian Reynolds just a better hit for him. And now, oh man, Tatis misses a fastball right down the middle. And there's Xander Bogaerts. They're finally able to make a play on the ball and catch it for the end of the inning here. But my goodness, 3 runs for each side, and only an inning and a half into this All-Star game. So Kyle Tucker comes up here for his first at-bat, and it's only a 3-3 game. Man, the pitching right now is really struggling. Jacob deGrom comes out of the bullpen here to make his appearance. Can he right the ship a little bit here with this pitching the way that's going right now? This is looking like an offensive slugfest, and Fernando Tatis Jr. at shortstop. Oh my goodness. What a play where that was there with the shift in the infield here, playing almost behind the bag at second base. And unbelievable play there by Fernando. You know, he called him into the league at first, and a lot of the questions about his defense early on in his career, I mean, he's flashing the leather here on this play. Both second basemen have made incredible diving plays so far early in this game. And, yeah, wow, Tatis stretching all the way out there to make that one. So 2 down in the frame. Alex Bregman for his first at-bat here. 2-1 to him from deGrom. That's a good slider there at the knees to Bregman. Count evens up at 2-2. Now the count is full here as there's a four-seamer there. Swing and a miss. Bregman can't catch up to the fastball. And deGrom, good job on him here, putting together our first clean 0 of this All-Star game. Good appearance there, and he gets a strikeout to finish it off. So we go top of the third. Zach Plesac is still going to start this inning off here in the top of the third inning. That's a pitch that misses to Matt Olson. And an RBI double already up for a second time, and that's a four-seam fastball there that misses below the zone. So Plesac walks his first man here, and that is going to be the hook for him in this game. We're going to bring out now Sandy Alcantara making his All-Star appearance. So 226 average against righties there. Really good average against... And lefties have been able to hit him a lot better this season, though. But that's a swing and a miss. And trying to steal second base is Matt Olson, and he is thrown out at second. You know, Matt Olson did not get a great jump, but he's also not really the stolen base type. That might have been a hit and run call there, and it just didn't work out. As now Narvaez is up here with the man on first for this at-bat, and he's 0 for 1, struck out his first time up, and now he's going to ground it over to first base, and Freddie Freeman is there, makes that play to end the top of the third inning. So not a clean frame there, but a 0 nonetheless, and so bottom of the third here. Now Max Scherzer is going to come out of the pen here to make his All-Star appearance. 245 average against righties. He has been absolutely dominating lefties this season, below 200 batting average against them this year. So Miles Straw at the plate here. Now he's going to send this ball down the line, and it's going to land just foul. 6.5 feet outside of the foul pole there, outside of the line. As now 2-2. And it's down in the dirt. Swing and a miss. Narvaez picks it up and throws it to first base to get the outs. I mean, Max Scherzer absolutely filthy stuff right there to really fool Omar Narvaez, the hitter. And there's one down now in this third inning. Here's Xander Bogaerts back up again here. 1 for 1 so far. 2-0 pitch to him from Scherzer. It's a swing and a drive into deep right field. And Xander Bogaerts with the home run. 17 on the season this year, and for back-to-back years, Xander Bogaerts, a game tying, or you know, a tie game. He hits a home run, breaks the tie. He did that last year in last year's All-Star game. 356 to left field, and it's 4-3. American League back out on top. 72% win expectancy now for the American League. A 4-3 game here in the third inning. And now there's a strike to Freddie Freeman. Yeah, a game tying or a tie breaking. That's what I was looking for there. A tie breaking home run. That's what he did last year as well. So that's, I mean, man, Xander Bogaerts showing up to play in these All-Star games. That's a swing and a miss for Freddie Freeman there. Now the count is 2-2, and he is going to swing through that pitch there. Great location by Scherzer, and that's the second out of the third. So 2 down in the inning for Yasmani Grandal. 1 for 1 on the day so far. And Scherzer 20 pitches in this frame already. That's a swing and a miss there on that fastball. And Scherzer does work around that home run and get out of the inning. But Xander Bogaerts just continuing the offense here early in this All-Star game. It's now 4-3. He hits one out of here, and they yell back on top. So out comes Zach Greinke, and this has been really an awesome, surprising season from 199 average against righties, 221 against lefties. He has been, you know, just 38-year-old guy. I mean, he's had great years in the past, just cementing his future Hall of Fame appearance, you know, in his future place in Cooperstown with a season like this. Part of that, you know, really a strong rotation and a strong team there in New York looking for a title this year, as Mark Hanna somehow fouls that pitch off. I mean, that pitch was pretty nasty. Not sure how he made contact with it, but 3-2 pitch now. That circle change misses for ball 4. So a 9-pitch at bat right there by Mark Hanna, and a great at bat to follow his RBI hit that he had last time. Dylan Carlson now, though, he's going to look at a changeup there right at his knees. I mean, a pretty good-looking 2-strike pitch to swing out there, and he's caught flat-footed. So now one out in the frame. Trey Turner at the plate here. And he's going to take that curveball. That one just misses below the zone. Count going into 2-0. Trey Turner is ahead here. 1 for 2 already. Has started bad in just the 4th inning of this game. As there's a fly ball deep in the outfield here. As the center fielder ranging back, he's going to make that catch there. And going to throw it back into the infield. That one into the gap. And if it was hitting a little bit more, line drive, it didn't stay in the air longer or as long, that would have probably been a hit there. And now Brian Reynolds is going to ground it over to third base. Good play there. And Alex Bregman ends the inning there. So a 0 here for who was pitching in that inning there for Zach Greinke. Middle of the 4th, still 4-3.
Your attention, please.
So out comes Noah Syndergaard here out of the bullpen to make his appearance here. Only 26 walks this year, 216 average against righties, 282 against lefties. And now Devers here, 3-2 count to him. He is going to swing and miss there, forcing we're 99 miles an hour for Syndergaard. Pumps it by him here in this at bat. And look at this pitch. Yeah, Devers way late on that fastball. And a good start to this inning. So Syndergaard's got 2 down here in this frame. 0-1. It's a pop-up in the infield over to the first baseman. That is a catch made by Mancini. And we're done with 4. That was a 1-2-3 inning. One of the best innings of the day for any of these pitchers in this All-Star game so far. So now we're already done with the starting pitchers here for the American League. We're already going to the bullpen guys, and Ryan Pressly is going to be the first guy that we're going to here as we are in the 5th inning now. Fernando at the plate. Second at bat, 1 for 2 so far. 2-1 as that serve is high, maybe not in the best location. That one misses. The count 3-1. Presley comes back with a strike. The next pitch, now the 3-2 is swung on and missed. High and inside fastball there by Presley. Great location. And Tatis not able to do anything with it there. I mean, that's the perfect, 2-strike fastball, high fastball there. Just in the perfect spot. So now Matt Olson here. And he's going to ground that slider up the middle and into the outfield. That was a miss in location there by Presley. That one caught way too much on the plate. And Matt Olson on for this 3rd time in this All-Star game. So man on, Anthony Rendon back up again. And he's going to now drive one into the outfield here. That one falls in for a single. I was about to say, one of the few guys in this All-Star game for either side that has not gotten on base yet. He gets on right there. Two one-out singles here. Put the pressure on Ryan Presley. Now Trey Mancini. Fly ball deep into left field. Meadows is at the warning track, but he's going to make that catch there. That one hit pretty well, but not well enough to go over or, hit off the wall or anything. As there's a big second out here in this 5th inning. So with Narvaez coming to the plate, we're going to go back to the bullpen here and bring out Taylor Rogers, trying to get everybody involved here. 226 average against righties, 213 average against lefties. He has been a really big bright spot in a bullpen there in the Scorpions that has not been, there's been some holes in that bullpen there, but he's been awesome, and he just gets Omar Narvaez to swing and miss at that pitch right there. So Narvaez, 2nd strikeout of the game. So Patrick Corbin, last pitcher for the National League, or at least the last starting pitcher in the National League, coming out here for the bottom of the 5th. And 1 down in the inning already. Here now, Alex Bregman is up for another at-bat. There's a ground ball. Nice stop by Mancini there at first base. And they do get the out. Brilliant play by Trey Mancini there. I mean, playing way off the bag because of a shift there on him. And that's really the only reason and the only way that he was able to get to that ball and get in position to make that play. But also good cover by Corbin as well. So 2-2 to Miles Straw here. And that's a fly ball. It's shallow center field. And now actually the right fielder is over there. I believe that's Carlson there in right. And it is him there making that catch. So 8-9-1 in the 6th inning here as we're already, now we get to that stage. Corey Knebel here now coming out for the for this inning. 194 average against righties. He's been great in that category and the best reliever for Montreal this season. That's a drive, and that one is caught by Meadows there. Good play, actually, with that ball. Hit pretty well, and a little bit almost over his head. He makes that catch. So, first guy off of the bench now. We're starting to bring in the bench players now, and Corey Polanco is the first guy to replace Trey Mancini, or not Trey Mancini, sorry, to replace Trey Turner. Now in this game, as he swings and misses at that high fastball, pretty high in the zone there to him, and now he swings at that four-seam fastball and ends up getting a hit off of it. Wow. Past the diving attempt there of Jose Ramirez, and from first to third, safely goes Carlson. So, wow, okay, so we got a hit here, and that was just past. I mean, great attempt at that play by the second baseman there, by Ramirez. And now Acuna here is going to come off the bench. Runners on second and third, one man out. Big RBI opportunity to tie the game here as Acuna swings and misses. That was a fastball that was right there for him for the taking. 2-2 pitch now. It's a knuckle curve, and it's a swing and a miss on the outside part of the plate. Yasmani Grandal pretty pumped up about that, and that is a really critical strikeout right there, as it prevents a run from scoring. I mean, all that Acuna had to do was get a ball high enough and far enough in the outfield to score the run. So now with Fernando coming up to the plate, they're actually going to intentionally walk him here to bring up Matt Olson again. So bases loaded here, 2-2. Knebel, 2-2 pitch. It's a four-seam fastball at the top of the zone, and it's swung on and missed for strike three. Wow. Biggest pitch of the night right there. Corey Knebel, I mean, a pretty shaky inning, but does not allow a run in the sixth and keeps it at a full 4-3 lead. There's James Karinchak, 137 average against righties, a 171 average against lefties. Those averages against are insanely good. And as we start the sixth, Xander Bogaerts up again for his third at bat. 2 for 2. Big night for him so far. He's the MVP of this game, as that's into foul territory. Oh, are you kidding me? What a catch by Trey Mancini. Laying out here in foul ground at first base. Wow. Never actually seen a play quite like this one here. I mean, you say, the All-Star game, we don't take this game seriously. How about Trey Mancini laying it out there at first base in foul ground to make that play? Wow. I mean, this is one of the differences between, this All-Star game and a lot of other professional All-Star games. These games, it matters here. These players want to come out and play competitively. These games are competitive. We've seen some incredible defensive efforts and defensive plays made in this game by both of these sides so far. Some diving stops, as now that's a double here by a big-time extra base knock by Freddie Freeman. And Yasmani Grandal is going to ground it over to Karinchak. He makes the play there. And from second to third base goes Freddie Freeman. And now with 2 outs in the inning, we're going to bring in Drew Pomeranz here. Below 2 ERA, below 200 averages against for both righties and lefties this year. I mean, those are fantastic stats there. And now Devers, 0-2 pitch is fly ball, shallow outfield, and a sinking liner there caught by Mark Hanna in left. Pretty good play on that catch there. Made it look pretty easy, though. So right into the sixth. Now we're in the seventh inning, and now we're going to see a lot of the guys coming off the bench here for both of these teams from this point on. Giovanni Gallegos comes out of the bullpen, 132 average against lefties. That is insane. Below 200 average against righties as well. Only 5 walks this season, I think it said there. He's going to be up there for, reliever of the year. He's not on an amazing team on the Portland Chinooks, but my goodness, he has been probably up there. I mean, tops one of the best relievers in the first half of the season. But he gives up a base hit here to Aaron Nola, or Austin Nola here, as gets past a diving attempt of the third baseman. I believe that's still Bregman out there at third base. And now Vladdy will come off the bench here. 838 OPS for him, 22 home runs this season. 2-0 to him, and a fly ball Four-seam fastball into the outfield here, and this one looks like it's going to bounce off of the wall. Off of the very top of the wall because it was in the air for so long. Going around third and scoring to tie the game. Big time swing and a drive by Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Off the bench, he scores Austin Nola, and we are tied at 4 here in the 7th inning. So that one nearly a home run, actually, off of the off the very top of the wall out there in right field. And now Omar Narvaez drives this one into the outfield here. That one is caught, though, in the outfield. Tagging from second and getting to third base, just barely, safely is Vladdy. So, go-ahead run, 90 feet away for Giancarlo Stanton for the home run derby champ. And now with one out, just needs to get a ball far enough into the outfield there. 3-2 is swung on and missed for strike 3. Wow, slider there, outside corner, and he just cannot get the one on that he needs. 3-2 pitch to Teoscar, and now he's gonna swing and miss at that slider down at the knees. That's a great pitch by Legos, and he started the inning off not very well. Gave up a couple of hits here, but it gives up the lead, but does prevent the run and prevent the damage further. 13 hits for the National League is a ton. Wow. So they have been really, the National League, the American League pitching has been giving up a lot of base runners, a lot of hits here so far, as Aaron Judge will come off the bench, starting the replacements for the American League, and Kenley Jansen now comes out in a tie game here in this game here. 150 average against righties is really impressive there. Tie game here in the 7th inning now. 1-2 to Judge. That's a swing and a miss. Cutter there at the knees. Great location by Jansen. And Judge got a great look on his face as now his teammate here, New York teammate, will come off the bench, and Christian Yelich. So 1-2 to him, and now he's going to swing and miss at that cutter way inside. Wow, pretty ugly swing right there on this pitch. Kenley Jansen making him look foolish. Look at where this one was. Just no chance for Yelich there. So one more guy here off the bench, and it's Trevor Story, and he is seasoned, man. He has been one of the biggest surprises for me this year. This season has been incredible for him, and now he's going to swing through a cutter. Now he's in danger here. 1-2 pitch to him, and that's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Wow. Kenley Jansen absolutely dominant in that 7th inning. The best inning that we've seen out of a pitcher in this game. All things considered, 3 strikeouts in that frame and just no chance for any of those hitters there in that 7th. So you asked for a great game here on the All-Star Game. You're getting it right now. We go into the 8th inning, and we are tied at 4 here in this one. Josh Hader coming off of the bullpen here, and 181 average against righties, 271 against lefties. I'm kind of surprised his ERA is where it is, above 4 this season so far. I think he's shaping up to have a great second half. I think that ERA is going to go down a lot in the second half of the season if those numbers keep up. He just can't have a 4 ERA for much longer. And Adam Frazier, okay, he's got a 685 OPS this season, but he gets a base hit here, and he's now on. Cedric Mullins off the bench, and he's going to swing and miss at that pitch there. Slider in the dirt. Great location here, and Mullins just no chance there. Got fooled on that off-speed pitch. So 2-0 here. Fernando at the plate. As that four-seamer misses for ball 4. Matt Olson on deck, probably going to be taken out here when he comes up. But now 3-1. Falling behind Tatis, not ever a good idea. And now he can't find the zone again on that pitch either, and he will walk Tatis to bring up. Matt Olson is scheduled here, but to bring up Luis Torrens, who's coming off the bench here with a 687 OPS, but he's coming in for the Salt Lake City Bees, one of their 2 representatives in this All-Star game, and a representative for the Los Angeles Dragons, 103 average against lefties. My goodness, Jose Alvarez has been unbelievable. He's been such a good surprise in that bullpen for the Dragons this season, but he's struggling to find the zone here in his first at-bat out of the bullpen here as he walks the first man he faces, and now brings up Brian Hayes. I don't know how somebody with a below 600 OPS is going to make it in this All-Star game, but, you know, Las Vegas, their offense isn't very good, and he, I guess, is the best guy that they could have. I mean, they got to have somebody better than him in that lineup to bring up for Las Vegas. But either way, he's in this game, and he's in a big spot right here. Bases loaded, and now the count is 3-1 to him. I mean, nowhere to put him right now, so you got to throw some strikes here if you offer us. You got to get into the zone again. And at 3-1, it's a ground ball, and it's stopped by Bregman. They're starting a double play, and a good scoop at first base by Freddie Freeman. Double play ends the inning and keeps us tied. Wow. Big time double play turned right here. And still a 4-4 game. So a big 0 there. Now Emmanuel Clase is going to come out of the bullpen here. 159 average against lefties, 221 against righties. As here's Manny Machado coming off the bench for Oklahoma City, representing them in this game. As is a 1-2 pitch to and from Clase. It's a fly ball, little blooper into the infield, and it's caught by Tatis there at short for the first out of the 8th inning. So, man, tie game late. I mean, what more do you want from the All-Star game? Competitive one here as Nick Solak comes off the bench for representing Seattle here. 2-1 count now as he thought about swinging at that one. Started to go around but held back. And now the count out 3-1. So like here, 3-1 count. Emmanuel Clase trying not to lose him, but that slider is pretty far inside. Not competitive pitch even. And another walk. We've seen 3 or 4 of those here for both of these sides. The walks have been kind of high here. Nicky Lopez, 634 OPS coming off the bench for Montreal. And again, does he really deserve to be in this All-Star game? I don't know, but he's going to get a base hit here. Looks like in these outfield. And that one, a line drive, falls in center and from first to third base. 84 speed there is that matter. And that's a slider. I mean, that's a miss in location. That pitch was right down the middle for Nicky Lopez. And Nick Solak, 90 feet away now, with Salvador Perez coming to the plate. 18 home runs, 39 ribbies this year so far. And going back to the bullpen here, as Clay Holmes will come out, 216 average against lefties, 220 against righties. I mean, just great numbers for him. Only 2 blown saves all year, but this is a tough spot, man. 2-1 to Salvi here, and he's going to swing and miss that sinker. That was way inside, and Perez looking pretty foolish there, swinging at that, and now the count is even. Big pitch here, biggest one of this game so far. 2-2 count. Clay Holmes is going to come at him with a off slider here, and it gets away from Narvaez. I'm kind of surprised, or I think that's actually Nola there now catching, but that's a wild pitch, and both of the runners are going to move up a bag. So now, second and third, count runs full here, 3-2, and that one misses. Okay, ball 4, and there's another walk here. Clay Holmes now walking a man, and now Yasmani's spot in the lineup comes up, but now it's the pinch hitter Sean Murphy coming off the bench. So bases loaded, 1 out, 1-1 count, biggest spot in this game, and that's a swing and a miss there. Good pitch by Holmes there, now moves the count to 1-2. What does Holmes come out with Murphy here with, as that's a slider, swung on, driven, that's going to land in the outfield, and it's going to score 1 run. Now in comes a second run, as stopping up third base is Perez, but Sean Murphy coming through in the clutch to 2-run, 1-out double here in the 8th, and the American League take a 6-4 lead. Man, big time swing by Sean Murphy there, and breaks the tie. Ty France now coming off the bench here. He's been awesome. Mr. 297 batting average for the best part of that Chinook's lineup right now. 2-0 counts. That one misses. Clay Holmes can't find a zone for with Ty France right now either, as it's 3-0. But he does move the count back to 3-2, and that one misses though. Slider outside of the zone. The second walk of the inning by Clay Holmes. Bases are loaded again, and now Joey Gallo coming off the bench. Might be one of the few guys that the final guys we're going to see off the bench. And now we got to bring out somebody new here. Clay Holmes really struggled in that appearance. Edwin Diaz, it's up to you here to keep this at a 2-run game. So 2-2 to Gallo here, and he is going to swing and miss there. 4-seam fastball, top of the zone for strike 3. Great pitch by Diaz there, high fastball, classic strikeout pitch. And there is one more pitcher in the bullpen for the National League. You might not see him, though. I mean, there's 2 outs in this inning. If this game is not extended to the 9th, we won't see him, as that's a 4-seamer there, triple digits. Gas at the top of the zone. I mean, nowhere to put him here. 3-0 count. You got to throw a strike right now to Christian Yelich and keep this game in a 2-run lead. The 3-0, and that one does make it on the corner. Very borderline. That is a pretty close pitch right there, thrown to Yelich. But 3-2. Now the count is even and full, as that's a slider, top of the zone for strike 3. And Yelich not able to pull the trigger on that pitch. A pretty hittable pitch, honestly, but not able to pull the trigger on it. I mean, but the American League, biggest hit of the game, Sean Murphy, off the bench, gives the American League a 6-4 lead as we go to the 9th. And guess who it is? It's David Bednar. 1.59 ERA, 208 average against righties, 143 against lefties. An absolute stud. And gunning for back-to-back reliever of the years this season. Max Muncy, though, coming off the bench. 940 OPS. Big signing for Kansas City this year. And he's going to fly this one deep into center field. At the wall, near the warning track there. It is caught. I believe that's Nick Solak out there now in center field for the American League. And so far, so good. David Bednar gets an out. And now the first pitch of this at-bat. That's a fly ball. That one is now at the wall as Christian Yelich. He makes that catch there. So 2 balls hit really well and pretty far into the outfield by these National League hitters, but neither one of them find, the wall or anything, and it's going to be 2 out, 2 up, 2 down. So now Giancarlo is at the plate here. 1-0 to him, and that's a fly ball. Again, fairly deep center field, but Nick Solak is under it, and he's got it! Makes the catch, and ends the game. 6 pitches in the 9th for David Bednar. All he needs to get 3 outs. And the American League holds on here in this one and wins the 2023 All-Star Game 6-4. So, man, a great game. Some great defense here in this one, but a really super tight game all the way through the National League. Vladdy tying the game late in the 7th inning. And the American League does their job. They get the big run in the big inning there in the 8th. And they hold on to win it 6-4. A very entertaining game, honestly, really. This is exactly what you want from an All-Star game like this. And this game is so good that I wanted to get both the Major League and the AAA All-Star games in this episode for you. But this game was just a little bit too good for me to not want to have, really just its own episode to focus on just this one. As you look at the box score here, and, 14 hits for the NL. A lot of offense in this one. It did slow down initially. I mean, we were 3-3 in this game, or 4-3 actually, in this game after the 3rd inning in this one. And then there was a few innings there where nothing happened and no runs came across the plate. But yeah, some of the highlights here for these players. I mean, a lot of guys with hits for the National League in this game. 14 total. Trey Turner with a hit. Polanco got a hit. So did Frazier in his only at-bats there for those 2 guys. Brian Reynolds with a hit and an RBI. Tatis had a hit as well, walked a couple of times as well. Matt Olson, 2 for 3 with an RBI. And Mancini, 2 for 3 as well with an RBI, or not with an RBI, but 2 for 3 for him. Vladdy had an RBI, and Mark Canha, 1 for 2 with an RBI as well. And Canha, Munoz, and Olson and Guerrero, the RBIs. No home runs for the National League, but a couple of doubles there, a few doubles. And a stolen base by Fernando. And yeah, 3 walks for the NL pitching staff, so actually not a ton there. But Jose Urquidy definitely struggled here with 3 runs in the inning that he pitched. And DeGrom, scoreless frame. Scherzer gave up a run in the inning he pitched. Lindgren and Corbin scoreless there. Karinchak, 0.2. Did give up a hit, but it was, didn't give up any runs there. Pomeranz, 0.1 innings. Jansen, best performance of the whole day there. Clase gets handed the loss. Clay Holmes, 1 hit, 2 walks, didn't even get an out. And then Edwin Diaz, the final pitcher there. And the American League, I mean, they had 6 hits, but they used the most of their hits in this one. Miles Straw had 1. Bogarts had a couple, including a home run, the only home run of this game. Nicky Lopez had a hit, scored. One of those 2 go-ahead runs in the 8th inning. Freddie Freeman, 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. Osmar Grandon had an RBI. Sean Murphy, biggest hit of the game. His only at bat, a big game or tie-breaking double there in the 8th inning. And then nobody else actually, far down this batting order there got a hit. But home run by Bogarts, Grandal, Freeman, and Bogarts and Murphy with the RBIs. Doubles by Freddie Freeman and Sean Murphy as well. And yeah, 5 walks for the pitching staff in the a lot there in the last few innings. As Eichhoff gave up a run, Rudolph gave up 2 of them. Plesac gave up, a hit and a walk there. Contra, scoreless inning. Greggy, one of the better innings for the American League pitching staff, honestly, in this game. Presley, 2 hits, but didn't give up a run. Knable, 2 hits as well. Gallegos gave up a run in his outing there. And Bednar, one of the guys, one of the few guys with a clean inning, did not give up any hits or any base runners at all for the American League All-Stars. So that will do it for me in this episode, everybody. Thank you guys so much for watching this one. We will have the AAA All-Star game, and we'll have some Major League debuts as well next time on this channel with this franchise. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of this MLB Show 22 Custom League from me as we continue with year 2 here, getting close to the second half of this season. And it's just interesting to see how it all plays out. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all are having a great weekend. I will see you next time. Have a great day, everybody, and God bless.